I know that a large part of the immune system lies in the gut, and the gut bacteria largely eats fiber.
Right.
And
And
fiber,
pomegranate. They love pomegranates, those little critters. I'm
yeah,
not serious. Feed yourself pomegranates.
and the fiber is only found in plant foods.
Right.
And most people, even some people who are vegan or plant-based, they don't, well, I don't know if you can call them plant-based, they don't get enough vegetables, because I know a lot of people who switch their diet, but they're mainly eating, like, let's say, like just all the new products that exist in the supermarket, like the diet cheese and just like
A
microwavable meals.
little bit of fiber in the Beyond Meat burger, but it's very small, right?
Hmm. What would you say? How big of really is it of an impact that fiber for your gut health in terms of your immune system, which now more than ever is very crucial?
Yeah, well, when you talk, you're talking to a young crowd. You guys are young, and probably many of your listeners are young.
Yeah.
This isn't a scare show, but there's just two things come to mind. I mean, heart attacks at your age are, you're probably doing a line of crack or cocaine if you're having a heart attack at your age. It's very rare. But actually, there has been an increase in strokes in the 20 to 35-year-old population. And equally scary is colorectal cancer. And I don't wish that on anybody. We just lost that actor in LA at age 42 that he was battling colorectal cancer. Chadwick, blank on his last name, I apologize. I didn't really know him as an actor. Contracted colorectal cancer at age 38. You guys know who Chris Wark is? Chris beat cancer.
No.
Wark, you should have him on your show. Chris Wark, at age 26, was diagnosed with a actual cancer around his appendix,
Jesus.
and he did have surgery to remove it. And then he started reading online as he was recovering before chemotherapy and radiation, and he started finding natural stuff on juicing and plant diets and natural. So he refused chemo and radiation, and he's 40 years old now and great. He's got a massive audience of natural health. He's not a doctor. But, if a 26-year-old can have appendiceal cancer, both those diseases of strokes, cancer, just managing your weight, managing your skin. They're related to fiber. They're related to the quality of your diet. You want to be a demon in bed. You want to be eating not junk food. You want to not be eating processed, high-fat, animal-rich foods. In a yellow bag. They're just not good for your sexual response. That'll catch some people. Acne, skin quality. A lot of it's related to dairy and the quality of your diet. That'll catch some people. But, if they're really into serious statistics, what you're doing to your colon, and when it's, processed red meats, in October 2015, the World Health Organization announced, rather surprisingly, we've researched all the data in the world. We've concluded bacon, hot dog, pepperoni, salami isn't just a risk for cancer. It absolutely causes cancer of the colon. And cancer of the colon is happening earlier in age. Again, another moment that should have been, wow, if this stuff causes cancer, we should get it out of hospitals, number one, get it out of schools, number two, so patients, their family, and children and students learn that this is serious. Yeah, it's a drop in the bucket. Nobody paid attention to it. And the data is still valid. It's never been denied. It's not like it was a scary study that called the issue. It's a real deal. So yeah, you need fiber to have good bowel movements. You need fiber, which is plant food, to have good skin. You need fiber to avoid some diseases which are creeping into younger people. Fiber, for good sexual response. And you're right, there is no beef tree. There is no beef that grows on trees that has fiber running through it. It lacks all fiber. So yeah, you want to get, anything from any fruit to any vegetable, any whole grain to any legume, bean, pea, lentil, and you'll have a wealth of fiber.
Yeah. I wanted to speak about, it's related to this topic, mindful eating, because you said that 40 plus years ago, that's when you became plant-based, and it wasn't trending as it is now. And I can only imagine that you had to cook your own food at that time. And I think that's what we've departed, like we've disconnected from that now, because it's very convenient to just order things from Uber Eats, from Seamless, whatever. And I feel like people aren't really cooking their own food and understanding that you know, the energy that goes into eating your food is very important as well, not only as the physical diseases you can catch, but you can catch, you know, bad mindsets, you can be grouchy, you can be disconnected from, you know, because eating is very important. I seen that you talk about in an interview that you're very mindful of not only eating but what you intake in terms of what you watch, what you eat, who you talk to. So how important is that nowadays?
Yeah. Well, that's what you're doing. I mean, there are legitimately people, maybe many, maybe the majority, that don't understand that food, Hippocrates, you can say food is medicine, or at least it's, food is a pathway to health, food is a pathway to disease. It's not only for 80 and 90-year-olds, it's true for people in their 20s, 30s, and 40s, if not younger, that if you're being careful about your workouts at the gym, if you're being careful about your appearance, if you'd like to be, studly as a man or a woman, I mean, food is a path to very quickly improve your gut health, your facial appearance, and skin health, which is clearly derived from food as an input, and plant-based diets are actually known to help, and sexual health. So, first you got to break down, I believe, that idea that food really is a medicine. And if you want to maintain your good health or upgrade your health, there's nothing better than adding a big giant green smoothie or a big giant salad every day, or finding a good carry-out restaurant that, Chipotle bowls aren't great, the sofrito bowl, but at least you got an organic meal. Throw some greens in there for God's sakes, but you got a meal that's still pretty easy to manage. But we're rushing, we're mindless, we're looking at cost. There is ultimately a price to pay for most of us for eating poorly, and you don't have to spend a lot of money to either get good carry out, concentrate on brown rice, concentrate on black beans, concentrate on baked potatoes, concentrate on some kind of green that you can get carry out not too expensively. Or, best is learn how to make a few dishes, a veggie chili, a veggie soup, a gigantic salad. Salad bars were, that's what really sold me on the idea, was the world's most amazing salad bar in my dormitory. And that's all you need. You get protein from chickpeas and sunflower seeds, and get vitamin C from red bell peppers, and you get fiber from everything. And don't kill it all with ranch dressing. Learn to love vinegars, red wine vinegar, and a little extra virgin olive oil. Avocado, wasn't a big avocado eater, but all good with me. Avocados, nuts, and seeds. So, yeah, you got to be mindful. Then there's the actual process. Your nutrition's better if you slow down a little. That slow eating movement, slow cooking movement. But even just chewing your food, you actually will digest your food better. And if you're eating, you want to chew your food if you're eating meat, because the number one cause of death from food is choking on red meat. So you better chew it. But when you're talking about, plant-based foods, you just will release more of the nutrition if you pre-digest it in the mouth before you plunk it down into the stomach. So we all got to grab and go sometimes, but if you can, take a few minutes of making food a mindful, semi-spiritual, healing experience some of the time. And I'm a big fan of spices, 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 spices. They're just amazing. Fresh spices. That, if you got a 10-year-old bottle of rosemary leaves, you're probably not in good shape. Get some spices and use them everywhere. I'm curry spices everywhere. I love a Middle Eastern spice called za'atar. I throw it on my food all the time.
Mhm.
Great stuff.